Hey man,
Uh, all right, my name is Sir. We'll just call me Skeeter, or yeah. I, my name's Sergio. You just call me Skeeter.
that's cool. How old are you?
Yeah, I'm uh I'm 28 years old
How long have you been on the
now.
street?
Yeah, I've been here for about uh 4 or 5 years now.
Out in this
Just
area?
yeah,
Where'd you
yeah,
grow up
just
at?
local. Well, I grew up right here in the U.S. and I was born here in the U.S. I'm just like Chicano, you know. I was just my parents are Mexican and Salvadorian, and then they just met here, and then I have you know, or three. I was a middle child. I have three sisters, or two. I have two sisters, one older and one younger, and I'm just the middle child. So yeah, I'm half Mexican, half Salvadorian. I was born here, graduated high school right here
Oh
in
really? What high
yeah
school was that?
in in Montclair up the street.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you have any family out here?
yeah, yeah. I do. I mean, I have my dad. I really he lives in Montclair as well, but I really try to avoid him and then tiptoe around him. Yeah, my my mom passed away um back in 2008 or 2018. So and then
How'd your mom pass away?
she had breast cancer.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she fought it. Thank you. Yeah, she fought it for a while, for about 6 years
Oh
or
wow.
so, and then yeah, about the end, it didn't get better. We got some surgeries done, and then she got to come home for a few months, but then she had to go back, and then this was all the last year. And then at the end of the last surgery, she really wasn't strong enough to come back home, and then we just stayed with her at the hospital, and she passed away there. Well, I mean, I have one sister in Nevada. She lives in she's doing good. Name is that she's doing good. Or in Nevada, she lives in Vegas right now. She works for uh Amazon right
Oh
now.
nice.
Yeah, she has a good job. Her and her man, I guess. Well, I mean, they're working together. They both have the same job. So they both work at the same place and get around the same hours. So it was pretty cool. They both have a good relationship, you know? Or, yeah, so they both get to record each other or watch each other when they're working. They can always keep an eye on each other when they're at work. And then it was a pretty good gig last time I see him. Or,
Do you
yeah,
ever get to see him often or?
yeah, she's always trying to visit or call me over, or she'll give me a call out of the blue and just see how I'm doing.
What led you to the street life? What caused you to be on the street?
Yeah, or this was well, I already had kind of a good launch, a good circle, a good friend circle who can launch me straight into basically like any direction that I wanted to go. But I was in a good relationship with a girl, but then after I stopped. You know, I just wanted to prove myself better, but almost by taking on like something else. Like maybe I could do something harder than a relationship, or I can come back and be stronger. Or stronger and more knowledgeable to protect my future family. Almost anything, yeah. Then just stay home, but stay strong. But I just ended up getting stuck or sludge or like or like kind of sap. It's like really sappy. I it slows yeah one down a lot. Yeah, I started because I had friends who would do this, who would know where to get this stuff, and
What's your so this is your ex girlfriend now?
yeah,
How
yeah, I
long
don't.
how long have you guys been broken up?
Well, for about maybe it's gonna be like 5 years, but it really carved really deep into me, and then it lasted for a while, and I haven't spoken to her in a while, but it pretty much almost kind of fuels my addiction, or almost like initiated it. But I don't blame her for it. I just that is mostly what I think about. What's heaviest when I'm doing my thing, and then I'm just high. Well, I just I like to think about stuff like that. That assess me and then help him. You know, go away.
If you could tell her anything right now, what would you tell her?
I would say that I'm sorry, and I wish that I can patch things up. And I would say, "What's going on? Hey, it's me. I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm still out here. I'm still here." And you know, if you're still here too, then maybe we can still be here together.
So with that being said, what are some of the happiest memories that you hold on to in life?
Me, some of the happiest I hold on to. Well, one, the first is my girlfriend. When I'll hold her at night, and then hold her, and then tug her close to me, and then just wrap my arms around her, and then she would grab my hands and then put them on her titties, and then she would just hug me close,
What's her name?
and then yeah, I know. And then she would almost like kiss my fingers to sleep, almost.
What
I hope it's
what's her
cool.
name?
Her name's her name's Rachel.
Rachel. So Rachel's the one that stole your heart, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I almost ran away with hers. I just, yeah, we both, I guess, kind of broke each other's heart, but I just made it a little bit more difficult to reach out. I just have to reach out. I haven't reached out, and I'm just kind of humiliated, almost scared.
Do you have any children?
Maybe right now I don't.
You do?
I want to. No, I I don't right now, but I'm I'm not done yet. Well, I want to. I want to have a kid soon, like next fucking week, if I could.
What
Go
led
through
you
some
to the
shit.
current situation that you're in right now?
Yeah, right. Right now, I'm just here because I just followed. Well, I made my own decisions, followed my own path, and didn't pay very much attention to my friends' decisions or anyone else around me. I wasn't really paying attention to the what the positive and successful people around me were doing, and I just kind of made my own decisions, made my own direction, and then paved my own path. And now, you know, and that wasn't the way. It's not.
And how long did you say you were homeless for?
Well, I've been out here for at least 5 years.
What does a
So,
typical day look like for you right now?
yeah, me. Well, I will just wake up. Well, I'll do my thing. I'll spange for a little. Well, I get hooked up a lot by 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 churches, and then donations of food, like for food, and then like just to wash myself. I'll get like well, I'll just wash. I'll get some water. I'll drink and eat off of. I'll just buy cups of water, and then I'll just wait outside a restaurant, like a fast food restaurant, and then ask if they'll buy me like a hamburger or tacos or something. And then after that, I will save up however much I have left after the meal just to pick up pick up what I'm doing, and then I will find a place. I'll go back, and then I'll fall asleep. I'll just lay my head down where it may. I'll just lie down my head where it may, and then I'll fall asleep, and then I'll wake up and do it all over again.
What are some of the biggest challenges you face while living on the street?
Mm. Well, right now it's mostly it is just basically as hard as you make it. I mean, you can make friends when you want to make friends, and you can make enemies just as easy as it is to make other enemies. Or like in any other predicament, like or in like at a job or in jail, if you're nice to people, then people will be nice back to you. Or if you're mean to people, then of course like people are going to not necessarily be mean to you, but they'll jump on it when somebody else is mean to you. If somebody else is, like there's always those like initiators too, like people who are just mean to you for no reason, and then the other people will just jump on top of it, and then they'll just be with them like, oh, I've been waiting for somebody to mess up, and they're just gonna drop on their anger, and then just make life more difficult.
Would you say that is dangerous out here?
uh yeah, it can get pretty well. 24 hours a day, yeah, of course. I mean, there's nighttime at night, but in the daytime it's not dangerous, especially if you're honest, and then just tell them what you're there for and what you're doing, and if you're really not hurting anyone or trying to do anything, then it be cool. And then if you are, then it's just better to, well, then you're just mostly making it more dangerous for yourself. you know
Have you ever used any drugs?
Me, yeah. Yeah, I
What
use.
what is your drug of choice?
Me, right now I use fentanyl, some crystal. I smoke weed, and then I'll do yay, yayo when I can,
Okay.
and then
Is it easy? Would you say it's easy to get drugs if you had money to get some fentanyl?
yeah, yeah. It's not always easy. I mean, it is easy, uh, uh, but it can easily like it just it just cuts off the water treatment. Like once someone doesn't have it, but it is easy most of the time, but once it's not easy, it's really not easy. Like the line will just cut, and then everybody will be dry for like the whole day, and it's just really hard to get anything after that, and everyone is just all desperate and then trying to re-up or pick up or get anything at all. And then,
When you do fentanyl, how does that make you feel?
well, that it just well, it just makes it makes me feel lighter. Like physically, it'll make me feel like almost like I'm drunk, almost like I'm like if I do it like levitating
Bro,
off the ground for like maybe an inch or so, maybe like half an inch or so. It just makes my whole body feel a little bit lighter. And then if I'm just like holding that gravity
would you
for a
say it's a horrible
second,
drug?
but yeah, it isn't great. No, it's not the best. I don't like it. It's easier to or like it isn't worth it. It's definite. It's not as heavy as like smoking marijuana or doing ecstasy or or even drinking alcohol or something like that. That is just like really heavy and hits you hard. This is well, fentanyl. It's just more like it's more light and subtle, and then it's almost like a drug that you don't want to really give credit to it, but or just you just have to like and emphasize it or kind of kind of believe in it almost until you're at that point, because once you get high enough and you're at that point, you're just pretty much nodded out by then and you're gone, and you're not even going to remember that you were even high in the first place. You're just going to wake up. I mean, you will have blacked out, and then you're just going to wake up, and then you will have forgotten your whole high, and it's really not even worth it.
What if you get a bad batch?
If you get a bad batch, well, I mean, a bad batch, well, you have to get enough of it. I mean, around here for the locals, it's really hard to get like a bad batch, like a heavy part portion. It's it's because the way that they mix it, because it's not really approved by the FDA, so it doesn't come all in equal quantities.
Mm-hmm.
It's just mixed up in someone's bathtub, and then it just comes out all clumpy, and then some parts are just strong, and then some parts will just be weak, and then it just makes it really difficult, and they're almost impossible to try to decipher from in between, or and it just makes it more harder for everyone else who can't afford the stuff and keep trying.
Is it pretty cheap?
Yeah, well, it's pretty cheap. It's been getting cheap. It is getting more. They're trying to make it more expensive, or than it should be. I mean, when when I was doing because I did heroin, but yeah, well, what they did, what I didn't really like is that we were paying $10 for a bag of heroin, which is the point. So then when fentanyl hit the scene, we started like we were waiting. We didn't know how much to weigh it out for or how much to charge for it because it was so brand new. But then the easiest way to sell it was, oh, let's just sell it a point is $10, just like heroin. So then it's like it's way cheaper than $10 just to make it and bag it up. But it is just faster and easier just to sell like a point for $10. So weigh it the same as heroin, give you the same amount as heroin, and then just charge the same as heroin. When really it's like overpriced by maybe 3 or 4 times
Mm.
as much as it's really worth.
Did you go from heroin to fentanyl?
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't really even my choice too. I like heroin. I thought that was my favorite. It was mostly a street. Yeah, heroin got harder to find. It dried out. It got all difficult, and then fentanyl is just way easier to find. And it's just everywhere now. Heroin has fitted out.
When you would inject heroin, where would you inject them at?
I'll just pick my arms like right here. This little purple. I used to have a fat vein that ran through here. It was like really fat and juicy. So I just kept picking. I just kept going at it, and it just got purple right there. But I would just drink a lot of water, stay really hydrated, and then just bring it back. Just heal them. Just give them time to heal. Drink a lot of water. See.
Have you ever seen anybody hurt out here?
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody like butt hurt or
Nah, not like
just
physically hurt.
like physical. Yeah, people die out here. People get hit by cars at night, and some people will overdose. It's because they won't have the tolerance for it. Even though like two people are taking the same amount on the same time in the same day, like Some people are just born with a different tolerance and then will overdose way faster, while the other one will hit the same shit and then not feel anything almost. And it is just
Have you ever seen somebody die off of this?
me. No,
No, luckily,
not
right?
die. Yeah, no.
Like
I
overdose.
yeah, I've seen people's lips turn blue. I've seen people look like they were gonna die or that they were. I will just leave. I seen somebody who was dying, literally dying in front of me, and then I had just shown up. I was the last person in the circle, and then they were already dying, and everyone was trying to wake them back up, and they were splashing water in their face and then trying to slap them awake, and then their lips like started turning blue, and then somebody went and asked the OG. They're like, what do we do? They're like, hey, go pinch his balls, bro. Go pinch his nutsack. That is the cure. That's how you wake them up, you know? You pinch his nuts. And then it was like, oh man, like, whoa. And then after that, I was just like, well, he ended up waking up
That's
after I
good.
had gone. Yeah, but I just walked away. I was like, man, I don't even want to be here for this. This is too real for me right now. I gotta leave. Like, nobody even really know, you know? Like, I just got here and this is none of my business. And I am just here and to pass through and then leave, or and I just left. But I felt kind of bad because I left him trying to wake him up and then bring
Yeah,
him back. But I found out later that he was okay and that he was fine
that's
and that
good.
he woke back up.
That's
It's
really good.
good.
What advice would you give a younger version of yourself?
Mm. Me, a younger self, I I would say I would say I would say bros before hoes. Yeah, bro. I would say bros before hoes, bro, because when you say hoes before bros, then I mean, me and my bro together, we could have got way more bitches sticking as a team than I would have done splitting off and then trying to get my own bitches by my own and then just putting my hoe in, you know, follow, follow your heart. Don't follow your brain. Think with your heart. Don't think with your brain. You know, if you feel something is, then more than likely, someone told me if something doesn't or feel probable, then it's probably not possible. Yeah,
If your family sees this video, what do you want to tell them?
uh, that I love them. I'm still here. I'm still alive, and I'm still fighting to get clean. I'm about to be clean, like next fucking week, and then I'm going to have my car. I'm gonna have my job, and then I'm gonna be cruising down or
Do you have any talents?
me. Yeah, I'm a good artist. Well, I like to draw. I like to skate. I like to write. I like to sing.
Sing us something.
Yeah. Let's do this. Alright, Rachel, why did you leave me, baby? I'm right here for you any day that you want me to. And you know that I always been through everything that can save us together. You know that I am the same as you. Us together, you know we can get through any day that comes to you or me, because it's basically the two of us, we the same. You see, already I'm right here and I'm gonna have that cradle set up for just you and me. You'll see, my baby. I will protect us forever, just so you will be safe and all